Well, day 3 of the Kerrang Download podcast. Here I am with Barney from Napalm Death.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm alright, mate, not too bad. Yourself?
Cool. I'm good. This is the 30th anniversary of the sort of Donington hosting metal festivals.
Right.
You've been to one of the very first.
One of the very early ones. Yeah.
What do you recall from that time?
Well, I mean, it was, I suppose in a way it's the same for every young kid and that. I mean, I was like really young at the time. And the bands I wanted to see were lower down the bill. So I saw Metallica, when they were the Metallica that I wanted to see, and accept, in the early days. And it was a real event because bands didn't come across. The sort of underground bands I wanted to see didn't come across that often. So it really was like something special, and I think nowadays, there's so much going on gig-wise. Maybe there's the certain mystique part of it's maybe disappeared a little bit. But obviously it's only from my perspective. I can only speak for myself.
Do you think the amount of illegal downloading has forced more bands to tour way more often, and that's kind of why there's such a glut of festivals?
Possibly, but you know what? If you're going to do a band, you've either got to do it or don't do it. It's like people look at our schedule, Napalm's, and go, "Are you serious?" And we're like, "Well, it's Napalm, what do you expect us to do? Sit at home with our thumbs up our arses, you know what I mean?" Well, So, it doesn't force us to do anything, because even if the downloading thing hadn't come into play, we would have still done it anyway, so, oh well, there's worse things. There's getting up at 5 AM and going sweeping the streets, you know what I mean?
There's always that.
Yeah.
You've just been to South America with Napalm.
Yeah.
How are the South American metal
fifth or sixth time for us, so I mean we're one of the first people to tour there extensively. So it was great, I mean, so people sometimes say, one of the questions I sometimes get in interviews is like, well, how was it? How were the kids there? How different was it? It's like, well, it's no different to me, I look upon people that come to shows as just people, it's never, I don't put people in little boxes, never separate people from the country. So it's, it was as good as anywhere else,
Brilliant. What's your favourite city in South America to play?
I haven't really got a favourite, there's like, I don't know, that's a hard one to answer actually. I couldn't say, to be honest.
Can you tell us a festival horror story? Has anything gone completely wrong?
Yeah, definitely. Anything to recall now though? Oh yeah, there was the we did the Wacken thing a couple of years ago, and we were meant to go on later in the afternoon, but the field caught fire. That was one of the bands were playing in. So the fire people were like, we've got to keep people away from that field, so we need a band to go on now. It's like, you'll have to do it. We were like, it's like 10 o'clock. We were like, what? Yeah. And we're like, you're going to have to do it, So at first it was like, what are we doing? We're literally the fall guys yet again, you know what I mean? But in the end, it worked out all right, people sort of streaming in. So it wasn't really a horror story, it was just one of them ridiculous turn of events that Napalm finds itself in.
You're on in about an hour. What can we expect from Napalm set today?
It'll be chaotic, fast, spontaneous, almost off the rails, but not quite, and hopefully a bit of chit chat, a bit of, sort of pre-thinking and
blah blah
blah. So
cool. You're a fan of AOR. Who are you going to be checking out on the main stage?
So there's a bit of this story's been twisted a little bit. I like some bands, I don't like everything, but I ain't got time today, to be honest. Right. I've been doing interviews, which is great, and but then because Napalm's very self-contained, I've got some Napalm stuff to do besides just the half hour on stage, So I'll be busy. I wanted to see Dillinger actually.
Yeah.
That's the band that really stuck out for me, But we'll see anyway.
Cool. Well, have a great day anyway.
All right, mate.
Enjoy your set today.
In you go. Make the tea.
I will too.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cheers.